I look forward to stepping on that later.
Absolutely.
Oh, hey, everybody. How's it going?
How's it going, people?
Yay.
It's the
Jim.
and Dave
And
Steve's
Steve's
Beer
Beer
Review.
Review. There you go.
Gosh, that was the best one yet.
Exactly.
Golly.
Hey, will you guys please tell me what's on tap for this beer review?
We have another beer. Amazingly so.
Ooh,
I know,
I like
right?
that beer on beer
Beer.
reviews.
We
Because
have
if we had a wine on the beer review, it would totally mess up our paradigm.
No, the last one was kind of like a wine, so I don't know.
I know, right? Well, you're whining about the
I'm
wine.
whining about the wine.
You're whining about the
Whining
wine in this strange paradigm.
It's okay.
So it's all like an Ein thing going on.
Yes.
Einstein.
Once again, we're having another thing we don't like to pronounce. Vichtenaar is a beer that is brewed on the basis of deeply burned
Vichtenaar.
malts, spicy and fruity hops, yeast, and salt water pumped from a well with a depth of 172 meters, which I don't know how deep that is because I don't know my imperial.
Well, if you go from meters
3
to
times 172
imperial,
is about
it sucks.
500 feet.
Yeah, exactly. Is it 500 feet?
About 500 feet,
Okay.
I think. A meter's
is
3
that deep
foot.
well? I guess
A meter's 3 foot.
Says here
So
on the back here
172
that
times
this is-
3 is about 500, around about
Right.
somewhere.
Well, I know a yard is like a meter is like, oh, I don't know anything.
3 foot.
Yeah.
West Flemish red brown ale, matured in oak casks, has a fruity palate, pleasant sour flavor, and a refreshing finish.
Exactly. So it's both about the purity of the water here. And
Okay,
after the
you
main
did the opposite.
fermentation,
It's about the purity
there's
of
a
the water.
second lagering and in large vats. And then there's a third fermentation in oak cask for several months with a capacity of about 5,000 to 25,000 liters. Once again, we're all about that European.
Oh,
measurements.
centimeter, centigrade, some centimeter.
I wonder if they use the same oak casks or if they get new oak casks, and where the oak casks come from. Do they come from Belgium, like the this product does?
It doesn't say on here. So the traditional and typical beer for West Flanders and northwest of Belgium is described as slightly acidic and complex. And this, through the long fermentation cycle in oak cask, fresh taste makes it particularly thirst-quenching beer, especially during the summer months. Even though we're filming this in
Winter,
January.
cold out, rainy.
I mean, do we like to do things out of order?
Yes, always. 100%.
Absolutely. So,
Okay.
and yeah, so it's been around for a while. And won a
We are
bunch
now
of
drinking
contests.
wine, people.
We're not drinking wine.
We're now drinking wine.
We are now
people.
drinking wine. Okay.
All right, so this is a little bit darker than the other ones we have. It definitely seems a
Wow.
little bit more browner in complexion.
Was.
Yours seems, I guess it depends how you look at it. So it could be slightly red. All right, not too different from the others.
Oh, that don't look so good. Let me do one of this.
Ooh, so that doesn't have that usual biting.
Wine. It's that vinegar thing again or whatever, right?
Oh, that's fine. So I thought I was getting a little bit off of it. Not as deep as the other ones.
Yeah, all right. So there is a bit of vinegar there, but it's definitely the least vinegary smell we've had yet.
Well, probably because this is also one of the least ABVs of the ones we've had today.
Well, that's a good point too.
It's only 5.1% on this one.
Well, maybe a hint of musk.
God, no.
Tell us what you really feel.
5.1.
Although I do think I get some of the oak cask in there though. There's a little oaky character there, I think. All right, well let's have a taste and find out.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers. Gambay and Proust.
This could be the first one you don't finish.
Ooh, well that's certainly tart on the palate.
Not as tart as
What
the other
is
ones,
that?
though. Yeah, but once again, the other ones had we had the previous one with the cherry, and then the Duchesse was a little bit more vinegary. This one, because it doesn't have as much of the ABV, and we've been talking a little bit about this one is also a little bit of an older one.
Yeah.
Because this has an expiration date outside of our current filming production window.
Oh, you can tell them. It's fine.
So,
What's
yeah.
it say?
18?
2018.
Oh,
yeah.
2018, June 22. Okay,
So I don't
so
think this is aged as well.
What you did was, Jim, you took the beers from the one that had the 18, you took 2 out from them, and you probably took 2 out from the ones that say 220.
no, this all came in a 12-pack, so this is how it was packed. So it's
Well,
possible
you said
that...
you went and bought another one.
Well, I did, but I think both of them were probably sitting on the shelves of this beer distributor for more than 2 or 3
I mean,
years.
they took beers out and put beers back into them?
No, I'm saying that
They weren't the same.
It probably showed up on their shelves like 2016, 2015. It's been there ever since.
But I'm saying that the first beer we had was 2018.
Yeah.
Okay? And then the next beer we had was 2020. This one's 2018. Will the next one be 2020?
Possibly.
Because you bought
All
two
right,
different
so-
12-packs. So the one 12-pack has 18, and the next one 12-pack has 2020.
It's a really good question is when the expiration date is for when these beers are
I
shipped.
know I'm making
passes
sense.
when they're shipped. So it's possible that this could have landed on their shelves 2016 or 2017 or even 2018. But I wouldn't think so. I
That
think
12-pack that you were looking
at least a year.
upstairs, Steve, that 12-pack that had 2 beers missing out of it, right? Okay. Now, what did the rest of the beers in there? Did you look at the other beers in there, did you? Now, if you were to look at the other 12-pack...
I think both those 12 packs arrived at the same time.
Probably. I'd be
I think
surprised if
one's
they're
18,
different.
one's 20. I don't know. That's what
Possibility.
Yeah, it probably all these probably showed up around 2017, so they've been sitting in this particular beer distributor, which is what we have in Pennsylvania. And this place doesn't have a lot of, so shall we say, environmental controls. So it gets pretty cold in the winter, it gets pretty hot in the summer. So it's gone through some transitions too. So we have to take that into account as how it is aged.
Yeah, once again, with the lower ABV, it's not going to age as well as some of the other ones. The other beers we've had tonight are
absolutely right
6
about
and
that.
almost 7. And so, and they probably are more designed to age a little bit longer than this one. So I think this is probably, being the lowest ABV, is probably not dealt the best in this age condition.
Now, that being said, I still enjoy it a lot. It's one of those I'd be happy to share with somebody. I think a lot of people who are new to sours will probably appreciate that the vinegary character is not as high, that maybe the that clenching you do of your jaw is not as high, although Dave seems to say he likes that.
Not this one.
But generally it's a little smoother, but I'm not going to give as high a rating as the other one. So this one, I think it's a little bit better than 6. I'm going to give it 6.5 out of 10.
I think the age is probably like, and I hate to give it a score almost because I think it's not almost not fair because it's aged past its prime.
That's a common problem.
But otherwise, like, it's my least favorite so far tonight. I really do enjoy the juices. I enjoy having a little bit of the cherry flavor. So this is kind of like the plain. If you wanted to start with one, we probably should have started with this one and worked our way up to the cherry and the other ones. Now that we know, but otherwise, yeah, it's all right. And I'm going to give it a solid 6. And maybe if I have another one, I'll give it a higher score if it's a little fresher. But otherwise, yeah, this is just a 6 for me tonight.
So just so you know, we are reviewing this as the year is 2020. It's January. So this is about a year and a half past its expiration date, and it's still drinkable. I don't think you could say that a lot of macro beers are the same thing. So it says a lot. So despite the score I gave it, it would probably, maybe if it was before the expiration date, it would be even higher. Because again, this being lower ABV, like you said, probably not designed to age. Dave, your thoughts?
What Steve said, and I give it a 5. Good to go.
Short,
everything he
sweet to the
said,
point.
I totally agree with. So I don't need to go on with it because it's just, it tastes more like wine than it tastes like anything else. It seems like
This is why we
we're
had
going
Steve
back
over for this
from the
review.
beer we had in the beginning to the beer we have now. We're going from beer to wine now. I don't know what the other one's got in store for us, but I think hopefully.
Well, interesting, like when wine's too old, it gets a vinegary character too. So, and vinegar is also brewed, which is interesting too. Which I might try to start getting into some of that too, because I've been reading this one guy. He's very interesting, and this is what we were saying earlier about diarrhea of the mouth. This guy, he's into foraging. He goes out and tries to find natural ingredients for the different things he makes. He's into food preservation because preservation is kind of a lost art because you can just go to the supermarket now. You know, about 100 years ago, no, farther back than that even, you were on the frontier. Whatever food you got during the summer, fall, and spring, you had to preserve so you had something to eat in the wintertime. So preservation was very much part of American life. And so, you had your sort of canning where you had stuff in bottles and wax. But also by putting things into like vinegar solutions and sour solutions, and even to some extent fermenting food, you could have things a long time. Like for instance, he was saying that he has these mushrooms that he's calling them scallop mushrooms. That could actually be their name, I'm not sure. But he is preserving them and he is fermenting these mushrooms in a solution that's very much like vinegar. And when he goes to finally eat it and cook it, he says they taste a lot like scallops, which I thought was really interesting. But so you can't always poo-poo vinegary stuff because it does have a place in the food spectrum.
Absolutely.
So there's my little conversational digression there.
That was a lot.
It's all good.
His name's
all
Pascal something. I should look it up. But he shows his food. He's like, oh, I put this in the smoker for 3 hours, and then I put it in the fridge, and I smoked it again, and it's delicious. I was just like, wow. This
Sounds like the guy's trying to reduce his footprint or something like that, man.
Well, it could be a good thing in this day and age where like places like Australia are on fire.
Fire.
Geez, how's it going? Well, I don't know. About pretty much the entire outline of my country is burning right now.
Well, everything
by
in
the way,
Australia is trying to kill you, so
Yeah.
Australia's doing one last purge.
Yeah, exactly. Now the Earth is trying to kill everything in Australia, so go figure that. But anyway, listen. So 6 now for me. Sorry, what was your number again?
6.
6, Dave?
5.
And 5. So definitely the least favorite of the evening, but if you can get it fresh, give it a shot because, again, past the expiration date, so just throw that out there. And listen, women who are pregnant should not drink alcoholic beverages due to the risk of birth defects.
Nope.
You should not drive a vehicle or operate heavy machinery if you're under the influence of alcohol.
That's right.
And of course, excessive drinking can cause health problems.
Right.
So eat a salad once in a while, you fat bastard. Oh, sorry, I
Don't
got put
forget
all
about all that
Stop
creamy
talking to
dressing
yourself.
in there and all
I am
that.
talking to myself. Well, there's a reflection right behind the camera here, so
there you
I'm
go.
talking to myself.
We used to watch ourselves on TV back there. We would see
Yeah,
ourselves
and then the
mirrored
new
back there.
iPhones are like, oh, well,
Can we see
we're
ourselves
aware there's a
sideways?
problem with that. And you're like, yeah, you're
Good
aware
old
there's a
Apple
problem.
again.
Yeah, Apple's screwing me right, left, and center.
Yep.
At least use a little lube next time, Apple.
That's right. It'd be better that way, right?
Well, one would
Sure.
think so,
Maybe.
because it's an exit,
idea.
not an entrance for me. Anyway, listen, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please subscribe to our channel. Give us a thumbs up, thumbs down, and comment below. There's a thumbs up. There's a thumbs down. We put them together. And then we explode.
Wonder Twins, activate.
Alcoholics, activate.
Yeah, I'm not a twin, that's for sure.
You're one of a kind. Golly,
Absolutely.
gosh darn it all the heck.
Gosh darn it all.
I'm trying to keep it G-rated. It's already too late.
I know,
All right.
right?
See you, everybody.
Bye,
Thanks.
people.
Say
next
goodbye,
time.
Dave.
Yay.
Say goodbye, Steve.
Bye, Steve.